So yeah, first off, how are you guys hanging in there?
Hanging in there.
Pretty well, I think, all considering. I mean, our biggest issues this year so far have been with slaughter dates. So we had a real hard time in the spring getting slaughter dates, and we weren't able to get any until very recently. So I mean, these are scheduled out back in March, and we're just having our first slaughter dates. So
Yeah, glad you guys were able to.
Yeah.
So I heard you're sold out of turkeys. That's awesome.
We are, yeah. So that worked out well.
Do you have advice for folks that are looking for a turkey and can't find one? Like
ham roast? I don't know.
Yeah, I heard you guys have some pretty sweet pork boxes to share.
People get hung up on turkeys too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're like, not a big of an issue if you don't get one, I think.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, pork shoulder makes an excellent celebration meal as well.
Yeah, or you chicken.
Yeah, right. Especially size-wise. Yeah. I mean, it's a non-traditional celebration this year, however you slice it. So yeah, why not experiment?
Yeah, exactly.
How has the pandemic impacted your business outside of plant scheduling stuff?
The farmers market is our main outlet for sales. And sales have been good considering, but I think they're definitely down compared to years past. And just like trying to figure out how to do farmers markets and be safe and feel safe and have our customers feel safe has been challenging. Lots of, every week our booth setup might change and doing things differently and having to be creative. Yeah, I switched to home deliveries immediately, actually, in March. Decided that customers might like that, and I was feeling more comfortable doing that versus the farmers market. So I actually took a farmers market break in the beginning and did home deliveries, which is great, but just due to our geography, it was very time consuming. So this winter, with less farmers markets, I'm probably going to move towards a no contact. People can drive through the farm and pick up. So they'll do pre-orders, and then I'll have everything ready in coolers with their names on it, and they just drive through. And I don't have to be there, and they don't have to be around other people. And
cool.
Like that's the winter plan.
Any tips for other farmers out there trying to navigate this?
Be creative and don't get discouraged, which is advice we give ourselves, that like this is gonna pass and we just have to like do our best and make changes, and hopefully that'll actually make us a stronger farm in the long run anyway. So look at it that way, as building in more resilience.
What have your customers been telling you about how they about their interest in sustainable meat and in knowing their farmer in this time?
I think it's only growing. I mean, I think people have been reading more about the issues in larger meat processing plants, especially, and how workers are getting sick largely because their employers are not doing what they need to take care of them. So they want to support places that are taking the pandemic seriously and trying to mitigate risks to their customers and employees as much as possible. And I think people really like having a label that they know our farm has been audited by a third party, which is good.
Yeah, I feel like there's almost two camps though. Like there's people who are like doubling down and digging into like small farms, and then there's kind of like on the opposite side of that, and maybe it's just because of where our location is, that we're in a Portland market, kind of like on the vegan end of the spectrum, and more towards like a bigger climate change or whatever they're claiming. But there's kind of like maybe more of that we're seeing, and that could just be a bubble where we're at. But
it's not. We're seeing that too. We're doing a lot to try to educate people around like, okay, you still can eat meat and dairy and have positive impacts on the planet, and here's how. So
that's good news. Yeah, because people, it seems like they're not choosing a middle ground. They're saying,
right,
I'm doing all these issues, I'll just be vegan and then I'm fine. Or
sign of our polarized times, unfortunately. Yeah. But there is nuance. It's all information.
Yeah, exactly.
think it's like putting an emphasis on people's priorities as well. They're like really kind of looking and evaluating what their priorities are and what they want to create into the future, and kind of as looking forward as opposed to looking backwards and saying like, yeah, these are things that we really want to support, and these are the farms that we want to support and the people that we want to support.
Once people have seen empty grocery shelves, they really really want to know where those farmers
Yeah.
are going to be. Well, I appreciate y'all's time and appreciate everything you're doing, and I know you're probably getting very little sleep right now, but I hope you have some time to enjoy some time with your family and selves over the holidays, and yeah, let us know how we can help, and take care.
Well,
All right.
thank
Hey, thanks, Fawn, for
you.
checking in.
All right, yeah, y'all too.